Hi everyone, we just wanted to give you a quick tutorial about how to access Google via your child's Google address, okay? So we essentially have a couple different things that we can do. You can go to google.com on your phone or on your browser. Just make sure that you are signed out of any of your personal email addresses. We find that there is a bit of a conflict between a parent being signed in and also a student signed in when trying to join a classroom. So just make sure that you're signed out of your own personal accounts. So again, we're going to start with google.com, and you're going to go to your sign in option up in the right hand corner. Now you'll see that I have other accounts on here. These are my other work accounts. This is where you're going to add your students' information. So you're going to use another account, and then you're going to use the information that was provided by your teacher, okay? Your teacher should have already given you an email address, a password, and a class code. If you do not have these things, you need to call them or email them to make sure you have that information, okay? So you're going to put in your child's email address and click Next. Then you're going to input that password that you were given. It is their student ID number, so you can find it on Skyward as well, and click Next. Now, here I'll just give you kind of an overview of what you can do. Over here, you have this little circle. Depending on your name, it'll be a different little letter, but it will list all the accounts that have logged in on this computer. So here's your tidbit. If you have multiple children working on one computer, you can log them all in here, and you can easily switch back and forth here, so you don't have to log out, log back in, log out, log back in. You can just click on this little tab right here and click back and forth between your accounts. That can save you at least a couple of minutes. Now, you're going to hear something called the waffle. Everything we need for Google exists in the waffle. So right here, you have your account information, your Gmail. You should not really need to utilize your Gmail for your student's account because we're not going to be emailing your student. They're 5 and 6 years old. We're going to call and we're going to video call and we're going to communicate that way. We will email you personally if we need you or contact you personally. So this Gmail really just houses all of the emails from Google Classroom that will kind of give assignment updates, but your student will not need Gmail to communicate, if that makes sense. Then we have the Drive. Everything that we do lives on the Drive. If you're not a Google person, you're an Apple person, this is the cloud, okay? This is where everything lives. This is where everything uploads to. If you ever need anything, click on your Drive and start searching for stuff. Then you have our most important piece, the classroom, okay? You do have some more down here like your calendar, if your teacher's using Google Meets, things like that. Your slides, we'll have another video on that one as well. But this is the one we want to focus on right now. Find this classroom icon. So if you want to access the Google Classroom, you can click on this icon and it will take you right there. Another thing you can do is you can just go to classroom.google.com, okay? So that is another option. Now you can see that your child, since they're new to kindergarten, they should not have classrooms already in there. If it was my teacher account, I would have 10 classrooms already in here from different professional developments we've done. So if you need to join any other classes, they'll live here. Now to join your student's class, you'll go up here and click this plus sign. Now I'm going to enter a code. This is Mrs. O'Brien speaking, and this is my code for my class. If you are not in my class, please do not use this code because it will put you in the wrong place, okay? You should have been given this code by your child's teacher. Make sure you're using the right one. You type in your code and you click join. Pretty easy peasy. Now I'll show you a little bit about the platform once we get in. You'll see that it is very bare bones right now. As we populate things, as we assign things, as we make things available to you, this will start to look a lot more full and a lot more fun, okay? But I'll just kind of give you a brief overview of what you're looking at. So right here is kind of our stream, okay? The stream is kind of like your Facebook timeline. It is everything that I post about announcements, okay? This doesn't necessarily mean your classwork. This just means things that I might congratulate people. If we're in Epic and we read 500 books, I might make a post here. So these are celebrations and announcements, okay? The other piece that you have here is your upcoming work. That just gives you a brief snapshot of what is due in the next couple of days. The next tab you have is your classwork tab, okay? I'll make another video about this, about your first assignment and what I would like for you there. But you will find your first assignment here, okay? All classroom will be listed right here, okay? Now it will start to get broken up into topics over here. These are kind of like folders. It kind of helps us keep things organized. So you'll be able to find your class assignments. You'll also be able to find some resources for your curriculum, school of communication, pieces like that will start to populate over here as we build our Google Classroom over time, okay? So right here, you have your View Your Work tab, which is just your own personal little tab that has all of your assignments left, okay? So this is going to, when you go to your classwork tab, this is going to show you all of the assignments for always, okay, whether you've completed them or not. Viewing your work will let you know exactly what you've completed and what you've not completed, okay? So you also have this People tab right here that right now I'm your teacher. You're going to see some co-teachers in there. We're inviting our administration. We're inviting kind of our lap support services. We might have some specialist teachers in there. Our school counselor will be in there. So you can actually go to the people and directly contact them through this email option, okay? The other thing is that the students will start to appear down here if you ever need to coordinate with another family or student, okay? So going back to this classwork tab, I just want to show you two more things. We have your View Work, of course. That's your personalized, what you've done and what you haven't done. This is your Google Calendar. So your teacher might set up a full week of your Zoom calls. They might have it completely laid out. So it's step by step what you need. Okay. So if you're ever looking at, oh man, what time is that specialist and what's the specialist link? This is where it will be, okay? You can also access that in your Waffle. You can just go to the calendar and click there. So if you are in your classwork tab again, you have your View Work, your Google Calendar. You also have your Class Drive folder. Everything that your teacher assigns you, everything that you've completed will essentially be automatically uploaded into our Google Drive. So these are some things that I had played around with posting earlier and no longer exist. But you can see I've posted it, so it exists. So if you ever feel like you've lost something, you can't find it, go to this Class Drive folder and there's a search bar right here. So you can type in, say it's September 14th for our first week. You could type in the date and it should pop up those assignments and the things that are relevant within it. So if you ever lose anything, this is a great place to be. All right. So as you can see, Google Classroom is designed to be very clean and easy. We're going to try to keep these as organized as possible. But just make sure that if you can't really find something, just kind of peek for it because there's only so many places you can go. All right. Now we will have a follow-up on how to actually access your assignments and turn in your assignments. So make sure you check out that next video. And if you need any help getting into your Google account, you can rewatch this tutorial or you can reach out to your child's teacher. Good luck.